Alright folks, tonight I'm doing a review of the Nebo SE Redline Flashlight. It's a pretty good little flashlight. It's got a really bright beam when you turn it on. So I'm going to do a review of it. I'm going to go down the features of it, what I think of it, and I'm going to do a display of the light in its various modes outside once I get done, going through the details and stuff. Alright, so let's begin. Alright. Apologize for the slight shakiness of my tripod. Alright, the SE Redline Nebo Flashlight. Some of them say Nebo down here, some of them don't. Has 5 light modes that you can use. Mode 1 is 250 lumens. Can be seen at 175 yards and lasts for 4 hours if you just leave it on. Mode 2 cuts it down to 125 lumens. Can only be seen up to 76 yards and lasts for 8 hours. It reduces the brightness of the flashlight. And mode 3 brings the lumens down to 25, can be seen up to 34 yards, and increases the battery life to 15 hours. And the SOS and strobe function, according to this side of the flashlight and the website that I got the information from, cuts it down to, as you can see right there, to 72 hours on the strobe and SOS function. Let's see. And that was for the light settings. It is operated by 3 AAA batteries. Alright, how you take the batteries in and out of this flashlight is you take the back end and you start twisting it off. And then there's this little carrier in here, and it takes 3 AAA batteries, as you can see. And it has like these little modules down here on the bottom that it presses up against the negative and positive ends. And then you would, if you need to, like, switch out the batteries, and then you would put it back in and tighten this back down over top of it until it's nice and snug. And then you've got your flashlight back, just like that. And it has a length of 4.62 inches, and it weighs 0.428 pounds, so it doesn't even really weigh a pound. It's pretty lightweight little flashlight, and they're pretty durable. I've dropped it a few times, although we had one that we knocked the top end of it off. I forget how we did that, but they're pretty durable. They're not like indestructible. They have a limit, but I mean, if you just drop them a few times and whatnot, they won't mess up. I've dropped this one a couple times and haven't had it tore up. It can go from, it has like a zoom function from 1 to 4, and that increases the width of your light beam. And when you turn it on, this little ring here will glow red. So that's a pretty bright light. And so you can turn it down and narrow your light beam, and then spin it back around and make your light beam larger. I'll show and demonstrate that better outside. It also has a magnetic base where you can magnetize it to stuff, and you actuate the light and turn it on in its different modes on back here by pressing this in. Alright, so that's the basic operation and details for it. Now I'm going to demonstrate how it actually works. Alright, I'm outside. It's a windy evening. Alright, I got the flashlight, as you can see here. Let me get around to the other side. Now my camera does not like the dark, so it does not respond well. It will lose focus, but I'll try my best here. Alright, so this is it at 1 magnification with the aperture up here set to 1. And it's a pretty big beam, as you can see. But then when you bring it down to 4, it tightens it up real good. See, there's the A-frame target for the AR-500 steel. Let my camera capture the image. There we go. And there's the shed. Alright, so this is on mode 1, 250 lumens. Also forgot to mention that this button back here glows red when the batteries are starting to die. That's what I read on the website. Or they're not at 100%. So this is mode 1, 250 lumens, can be seen up to a 175 yards and lasts for 4 hours if you leave it on. This is mode 2. Now I'm going to try to get to mode 2, but it's kind of a pain because it likes to jump to mode 3 and then SOS. So let's see here. I press it in. See, it's a little dimmer now. Then I'll press mode 3 here. There's mode 3. That brings it up to, or down to, let's see, according to this, my notes, mode 3 brings it down to 25 lumens, can be seen to 34 yards, and lasts for 15 hours if you leave it on this. And we'll go to SOS. SOS brings it back to 250, lasts for 72 hours. And then strobe. Let my camera get back in focus here. And it's not going to, but you guys can see. And then strobe. Sweet, and that's it. And back at mode 1. Bring the aperture up. Bring the aperture down. Sweet. Starting to sprinkle out here. Sweet, and that was the function test outside. Alright, I got done doing the outside demonstration. Scoop by the camera here. Now I'm going to demonstrate the flashlight's magnet. They got it on. It's got a pretty strong magnet. I mean, just by itself it'll stay on there pretty well. But I mean, if you were to knock it or, you know, whack it, it would fall. But the magnet comes in handy if you're working on something and you need to, like, you know, stick it up here and, you know, have it shine down, kind of like a bench light if you were needing to do something. If you had a magnetic base above you, that is, or if you needed to do something in, say, like your garage, like I'm doing right now, and the power went out, just stick it there on the garage door or refrigerator or something, you know. I keep it on my gun locker at night because that way I know right where it's at and I can grab it up and, you know, use it if I need to. And it's pretty blinding, as you can see. My camera doesn't like it, but this would blind you in a dark hallway, so you could use it in tandem with a handgun for self-defense, you know, if you needed to. Alright guys, well, that was my little review on this flashlight. I love it. I've been using it for quite a while, although I'm thinking about upgrading to something that has a little bit more lumens. But if I didn't need to upgrade and I needed to, like, you know, just stay with this, I could. It comes in handy, especially when I'm out walking the dog at night. And I've also used it quite a bit while deer hunting in the early mornings to get to my stand or my bushwhack stand, you know. It's just an all-around good little flashlight, and over the years I've been happy to have it in my pocket or in my backpack, because you never know when you might need it. Bring it out. And as I said before, it is pretty bright. It would no doubt blind somebody, especially the strobe mode. Let's see. Strobe mode. So, good little flashlight. I believe on the website I seen it on, it was $25. I'll put a link in the description to that website, and I'll look around a little bit more and see other places where you can buy it, because I pulled my sources mostly from just one website. So, and then I use a little bit of my own, you know, findings on it. So it's a pretty good little flashlight. Get one if you want one. Figured I'd do a review on it. Figured it was time. I love it. It's good. It's durable. Pretty bright. Here in the garage I can't tell because I bump it to like mode 3 by accident a few times. But good flashlight overall. Like, subscribe, rate, and comment, and I'll see you all in the next video.